What's up, my guys? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SVR. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's Jordan Sharp. John Wick back today. Think he make it. John Wick came back making John Wick 4. That's Junior Browne, man. We're here to break down these NBA games. We're going to recap. Yes, real quick. Jordan, what's up with you, my guy? Everything going good? Tell the people why you was out, my guy.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I've been out the last 2 months almost now. Birth of baby boy, baby number 3 for me and my wife. So things have been a little crazy around here. Has not been a vacation whatsoever, but it's been good. Good to take a little time off, get a little handicapping, a little betting time in the morning, then a little family time in the afternoon. But this is how you can tell right here why I am not the star of this show, why I am just the jobber. I'm the role player. Is that we're 2 days before the All-Star break. And usually, the star player, they would have been like, you know what, Jordan, you used to sit out those last. We know you're ready to come back, but you sit out those last 2 days before the All-Star break. We'll bring you back before. No, they're like, get your ass out on the court. We need that. We need those tips on those totals tonight. Well, I got them, baby. I got them for you. Ready, locked and loaded.
Got you. Got you. Junior, what's up with you, my guy? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, I was a little busy yesterday, so I couldn't do the show. I did post my picks in the chat. I was chilling with the fellas in the chat yesterday. Lost on the Heat, but cashed on the Suns. But I'm just happy that Jordan's back, bro. Now the people could get some totals because me and you, Jay, we don't know the totals like our guy Jordan, but he's gonna feed the people what they want. The crew is back together. Jordan looks like he's goddamn ready for the premiere of John Wick 4 coming up in a theater near you. But no, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do it.
Let's do it, my guys. Do it. First, we got to let you guys know about the March Madness stuff we got going in the college basketball show, guys. Wrote a video if you don't mind.
March Madness is just around the corner, and we at the Three Man Weave are here to tell you we have you covered. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel SBR Sports Picks, Matthew, for all your video needs.
Jim, if you want more, that's not enough. SPR also has a dedicated March Madness headquarters. You can find picks, videos, news, and an updated bracket over at sbrpicks.com/March-Madness, Kai.
All you have to do now is sit back, relax, and let the games begin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys hop out, check out that college basketball show, man. Yeah, we got John Wick back, man. So what? So what? We're gonna have John Wick 4, man. You got probably gonna have a new dog out there, man. You got
Definitely
the baby. We got John Wick Jr. You see what I'm saying? Nah, but real quick, man, we're gonna recap yesterday's games, man. The Tuesday. We only had 6 games yesterday. The Grizzlies ended up getting the job done, 125-111 over the Wizards. The Hawks Jimmy Butler ended up sitting out again. That was like one of the lowest scoring first halves of the season. There, I think it was 44-37 at the half, 94-80. They held the most at 80 points, man. So the Hawks get their first win with their interim coach over there, Nate McMillan. And then the Clippers, man, they went down. We all know, you know what I'm saying, Kawhi Leonard announced out right before the game. Can't make any excuses. They ended up taking the loss, man. I mean, you could have took Celtics second half or live, whatever you want to do, or you could just rolled it out. I ended up taking the loss with the Clippers on that one. So, hey, the Celtics ended up getting the job done. Good job with those guys, man. The Spurs ended up smacking the shit out the Knicks, man. Their first half run ended up going to an end. Yesterday, the Knicks didn't cover the first half. They didn't cover a full game. I leaned that way, but it was a tough game. I ended up staying off that one, my guys. That Nuggets, I'm kind of pissed I stayed off that one. I was like, maybe the Nuggets get the job done. Got a lot of injuries. They end up going out there smacking the Bucks, guys, by 30 points. And the Suns, man, I did hop on the Suns. I was already leaning away. Then Gasol got ruled out. It's like, got to put someone. Then Kuzma ruled out too. It's just like, come on now. Suns, Booker ejected on some BS. They still got the job done. 114-104, Jordan. Anything you see yesterday in the NBA you want to point out, my guy? Or everything good?
Yeah. I actually had just one play yesterday that I won on the under on Denver and Milwaukee. A little bit of a sweat there at times, but thankfully Denver's defense came to play. I wrote that up for the website yesterday. It was kind of like I wrote it up basically thinking the Bucks were going to be the one that bring the defense and the score would be flip flop, but I'll take it. The Denver side and how big of a win it was for them definitely caught me a little bit off guard and had a little bit of a lean. I wish it would have locked in the under on Atlanta, Miami. But other than that, nothing other than that one play for me yesterday. I was also leaning Memphis. I was kind of one of those days where I should have followed a little bit more of my leans, but that would have also led me to the Clippers, which I know you're familiar with that loss last night. So that was a little bit unfortunate the way that one ended up, obviously with the late scratch. Kawhi. So yeah, we're getting to that point, guys. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if there's even more shenanigans tonight and tomorrow.
Yep. No, yeah, you said it, Jordan. Wouldn't be surprised if any more shenanigans tomorrow. I don't have any official plays right now, my guys. Junior, what's up with you, bro? Everything cool with you? What happened yesterday with you? Everything cool with you? So I know you say you was on the Heat. You cashed with the Suns, right? Did you see that game? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I saw that game.
There was some bullshit with Booker, right?
That's soft as hell, bro. But that's the NBA that we're dealing with now. So it's not even really that surprising. You see people, I know y'all remember this. Ever since Tim Duncan got ejected for laughing a couple years ago, I'm not surprised by any ejections anymore. This is soft as baby food right now. But it is what it is. I know a lot of people are not really believers in the Suns, but it's time to start taking these boys seriously now. We at the All-Star break, and they're still out here cashing tickets and winning NBA. So these boys are respect.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, I like the Suns, man. They've been cashing for me lately. They play really hard. When they have their full bench, they're definitely a bet-on team. Had to take them versus a shorthanded Lakers team yesterday, my guys. So that made the Clippers lost a little bit. But the Clippers were still in that game, guys. If Kawhi was in there, I just want to talk my shit just a little bit. He was in there. That was going to be Smack City. They was winning them by double digits, man. But that's it. All right, we finna get to today's game. I just had to say that real quick. But Kawhi was in there, Smack City for sure. Still almost won that month. But all right, first game today. Jordan came back on a nice day. I must say he did. Pacers, my guys, first game of the day. Pacers versus the Cavs. Two teams kind of sort of heading in the opposite directions. We got the Cavs here won 4 straight games. The Pacers, how many games have they lost in a row, man? I mean, it's tough for them boys over there. Jordan, your guys. I'm just saying, I know you from Indy over there. What you liking here? Do we like the Pacers to bounce back today?
Yeah, man, this front end of the back-to-back's tricky for the Pacers, but you got to think that the way they've been playing, that they're going to go just berserk defensively in this game. If they have anything left, any sort of gall that they have left before the All-Star break to get them some sort of something cooking here. I know, like they said, they have another game tomorrow, whereas this is, I believe, Cleveland's last game, before the break. So, I mean, they're faced with, you're right, they're faced with a tough challenge. This Cavs seemed like you and I were talking, we were going back and forth on Twitter the other day. This Cavs team is finally looking like pretty dangerous post-trade, and with a little bit of an issue. I think Taurean Prince may not be in there tonight, but I don't think he was in there in their last game, so not too worried about that. But the problem with this Pacers team is like deja vu. Before I left, they have the same problems. They can't stop wings. They're missing their 2 best wings now post-Oladipo trade, which happened while I was out. Now Karis LeVert hasn't played. It doesn't look like TJ Warren's going to play the rest of the season the way he's trending. This team just has trouble with that kind of offense. Now, granted, the Cavs are a little bit more guard heavy, which is definitely plays a little bit more into their hands defensively. The Pacers with Brogdon and Holiday and those guys can shut everything down. But I think there also might be missing McDermott tonight too, right? So there's a lot of question marks in this one. I know Lamb will be back, so that's good. So it's tough, man. I think this line's pretty sharp. It has been going up a little bit, but there wouldn't be surprised if you see some resistance either with the way the Cavs have been playing, because I know I've cashed a few tickets on them lately. So probably a stay-away spot for me just with the way the Pacers are playing right now. I need to see it with them before I start betting on them with my money. They're just one of those teams I can't just conjure up money on them post 4-game losing streak with the way they've been playing defense over their last 5. So I think they're giving up almost 114 points for 100 possessions in that period. So tough game for me to bet on right now. Either spread or total here.
Well said, my guy. Well said. What you thinking here, Junior? What you think with this spot? You think that the Pacers can get it back going, or you think that the Cavs keep it going, keep the win streak going?
I love my guy Jordan's analysis. Good to have him back on the show. I will on this game, but it's because I kind of been looking ahead at the Pacers schedule. So check this out. First of all, I'm fading the Pacers tomorrow against Denver. But I don't know who Indiana pissed off at the league head office, but check out their schedule when they come back. And I bring this up because I consider this tonight a must-win situation for the Cavs. When they come back from the All-Star game, they're playing at LA, at Phoenix, at Denver, then home to Brooklyn, then at Miami twice, and at Milwaukee. Somebody don't like them at all at the NBA head office up there in New York City. So if there's a game that these guys need to win, it's tonight, because wins could be few and far between and with their upcoming schedule. So I kind of, for that reason, lean the Pacers, but it just seems like a lot of points for a team that can't really get wins right now.
Got you. Yeah, it's a bunch of points. I mean, you look at it, they're always laying. So what? Last time they went to last time went to Cleveland, they were laying 9. They are laying 6 here. It's a bit of a different situation. This team seems to own the Cavs, though, man. They've won 9 out of the last 10 games in this series. So this team just when they face the Cavs, they go and smack them damn near every time. They're in need of a win right now, guys. I hadn't made a play on it. I am waiting on Jeremy Lamb and Doug McDermott, but I can't say in theory if it's a full go for the Pacers here, you'd hope that they done rest Sabonis, some type of BS here at the last second. You have to be weary. I mean, he's going to be in some All-Star activities, so just be weary of some guys that are participating in these in All-Star weekend. Maybe rest now. You already see LeBron ruled out for tonight. So, but just my comments on this game, if full go, I think that the Pacers in theory should get over the hump in this game. All 4 straight losses. The Cavs or 4 straight wins. We look at the Cavs, their wins has been over the Rockets a couple of times. They did beat the 76ers in overtime. Have to give them credit for that. Then you beat the Hawks at the house. Not really impressed with their wins. They're still missing a lot of young guys, a lot of big players and playing a lot of young guys out there. So you look at the Pacers. They lost to Philly, New York, Boston, and Golden State. All 4 of those are pretty damn good teams. Not really the tier that the Cavs are. Pacers come to play here and not letting it get to their head. In theory, they should come out here and smack them boys, my guys. Let's get to the next one, bros. Let's get a real intriguing game. Prime time, baby. Like what Deion Sanders playing? Nah, I mess with Jazz versus 76ers. Oh my guys, Jazz versus 76ers. This line opened up at 2.5 for the Jazz. Now it's up to 3.5 for Utah here. Junior, what you think? The Jazz train keep rolling? What we think about Philly tonight?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to step in front of the Jazz, but I'm on Philly plus 3.5. The best team in the East versus the best team in the West. Listen, there's on this game, and it's Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, again, he always takes these personal. He always brings his A game. And if we get the best version of Joel Embiid, I'm going to take the points with one of the best home teams in the NBA, especially if it's over 1 possession. So I know it's people probably won't like this play because it's fading the Jazz, but I got to, especially with that hook, I had to take Philly plus 3.5. I think that they can hang around if they don't win outright. And I think Joel Embiid, makes another case or makes his case for MVP, which he's definitely in the conversation for, a lot stronger. I think he brings it on both ends of the court, and I think these guys can hang around. Now, obviously, I'm very worried about the Jazz three-point shooting because Philly cannot hang with them in that respect. But Philly's been playing some hard-nosed defense, so I expect to see an A game from both Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. So I'm rolling with the hometown Sixers tonight.
Exactly. Jordan, what do you think about that play? This is a little revenge spot for Philly as well. Played them kind of tough over there in Utah. I think without Embiid, I know they were sitting a couple players in that game. They still played them pretty tough. What you think about this one, Jordan?
Yeah, I think Junior's on the right track. Made a couple of really good points. I have this line at about 1.5 or 2, so I do think 3.5 is definitely undervaluing Philly, especially on the defensive end, because that's where it's going to basically boil down for them tonight. It's Philly's defense at home, which has been one of the better units in the league so far this year, against the Utah Jazz offense, which, I mean, enough has been said about them for this entire year, but they're really good, to say the least. So, if Philly can get into those guys and Embiid can dominate the Gobert matchup, and then Ben Simmons can slow down Donovan Mitchell or whoever else he gets stuck on tonight, it's probably going to be Mitchell. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I think that the Sixers can actually win this game outright or definitely cover if they muck this game up enough and prevent the Jazz from bombing those threes away, which their perimeter defense is very good. So I think that definitely the right track would be lean Sixers here. I was kind of leaning the under here. I saw that line open at 228.5, and I was like, man, that seems at least 3 or 4 points too high. But then it starts going the opposite direction. So once again, for those of you who don't know me, I don't really fade the steam that much early in the morning when that line settles out like that. So now it's up at 230. Yeah, theoretically it may be a better play, but also if like I said, if the Sixers can't stop the Jazz 3-pointers and this is just a 3-point barrage tonight, and the Sixers start playing from behind, then the over could definitely cash in. So probably one where I lean Sixers. I don't think I'm going to get there, though. This is one of those matchups where it is kind of like prime time, playoff kind of feel. These two teams kind of a bar-setting game for one another. We've seen a couple of those here lately, right before the All-Star break. So definitely be one to watch. Don't know if I'm going to get there, though, with the under here with the line moving in the opposite direction from where it opened.
Exactly. Yeah, the line opened up at 226.5 up to 230.
Yeah,
Junior, what you
226.
think? Would you be going with the steam, or you think it's going to be a defensive game? Well, you like Philly? If you like Philly here, you kind of
Yeah.
think defensive game, right?
I mean, it has to be, right? If it's an offensive barrage, Philly doesn't really stand much of a chance because they just can't keep up with Jazz when it comes to that type of basketball. I think Doc Rivers is smart enough to know that, so I could only look towards the under here because I'm on Philly.
Got you. It makes perfect sense, my guys. Yeah, they plus 3.5. And we do know Tobias Harris still questionable as well with in or out. Likely in. He's probably not going to miss this game. Could possibly go back down to the 2.5. So if you do like Philly, just keep an eye on that, my guys. But hey, the like a damn good play. Sharp side for sure. Home dog, national TV. Jazz been real hot, guys. At some point they're going to cool off, and it might be, you know what I'm saying, a cluster of you know what I'm saying, losses here. I know they've been real hot. That's been fresh on a lot of people's minds. Hey, I couldn't talk anybody off the Philly there, my brothers. Let's get to the next one, guys. We got the Pistons versus the Raptors here. This line opened up at 9 for the Raptors, down to 6. Obviously, so Van Fleet's out. We got, you know what I'm saying, the coach from, I believe the coaches are still out as well. Junior, you got some on this one? You looking at the under or something in this game?
No, I could only lean Detroit on. So the Raptors just have, especially, like, first of all, from Siakam and OG Anunoby, that's like 70% of their offense right there. So if these guys are not playing, what are you even really betting on at this point? So I would have to look at Pistons or nothing, which means it's nothing because I'm not laying points with the Pistons right now. And sorry, one thing I will say, though, this game always means a lot to Dwayne Casey. Probably the only time in our lives we've ever seen a coach of the year get fired. So I would kind of lean Pistons for that reason as well. He'll have his team motivated, ready to go. But they're just not good enough for me to take the point, so I just stay away from it.
It is a nice little hidden angle there, old coach for the team. I know for a while there, the Raptors were smacking him up. Now maybe he has a little chance to, you know what I'm saying, get a little even there. So what, Jordan, what do you think about this game? Bunch of injuries over there just like Junior said, I was looking at this last night. Siakam, Van Fleet, and OG out as 3 starters down for the Raptors here. What you think about this game, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing this game, definitely not laying the points. It would be on the Pistons or nothing for me. Would love to see Jeremy Grant's status. That would be nice. If he's in, yeah. I mean, that line was hanging out at like 7.5 this morning, and I was just kind of kept thinking, man, if I knew about Jeremy Grant's status, I might hit this right now. But then it's one of those games where you're just playing with fire. It's just, there's a lot of injuries on both sides, so it's just going to be a ton of young guys with little experience. The Pistons are playing for next year in lottery ping pong balls this year. Very tough for me to see them playing any defense. They haven't played much so far this season. So that total, playing the under on that total at only 211 points gets a little dicey here in case one of those teams does catch fire from downtown. You're pretty much banking on a lot of 2-pointers if you're betting the under on this game and a lot of slow pace. So probably not one I'm going to get involved in. If I can get some word that Jeremy Grant's going to be in, I could get with the 6 here, but I think there's enough games on this slate to where you really don't have to nitpick that much with some of these lines here. I like a couple of other spreads and totals a little bit later in the night here, so I'm probably not going to get involved, but definitely would lean Pistons, would stay far away from the Raptors in this game.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely better games out there to bet. I'm with him. Jeremy Grant he's the best player for the Pistons, obviously. So he's the best player. So he's injured, kind of injured, has a little quad injury right now, my guy. So he's hampering it. See what I'm saying? Without Jeremy Grant, definitely not messing with it. Although they did have showed up a couple games without him, with him in, I'd be looking towards taking the points with the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? Nice little hidden angle with the coach there facing his old team. He definitely is going to want to get this win. They offer a couple losses as well. I'd be looking towards taking the points here, my guys. Oh, let's get to this next game, man. Huge game. Nets versus the Rockets here, guys. This ain't the game of the night. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's not a necessary game of the night. It's just one that's real intriguing to watch. We got a team that's lost 12 straight games on national TV here, guys. I don't think you don't really see it too many times. It's really all about the narratives here, Jordan. Nets line open up at this morning 6.5, guys. If y'all was on it, you win the Nets. Hey, you gotta be quick. Oh, when they're dropping $1, you got to be quicker than that. Minus 6.5. Jordan, up to 10 now. What you like in this game?
Yeah, it was like you said, if you would have gotten on this morning, I'd feel a lot better than jumping on right now at 10 points, just because like this is written in NBA betting lore. The double digit underdog backdoor covers just happen way too much in the NBA. A team, I mean the fourth quarter runs by teams getting blown out, especially a team potentially if the Nets are winning after three quarters here by double figures, and the Rockets could easily very storm back and try to at least make it respectable. You know, they're another one of those teams that I'm very skeptical of whether or not they want to win basketball games right now. If their actions so far the entirety of this last offseason and so far this season is any indication, I don't think they do. So I'd be weary of even taking the points, I think, with them, because I think you're betting on whether or not they have that fire. If they're 12 in a row, losing 12 in a row is really going to make them come to play tonight. You know, these are professionals; they get paid regardless of whether they win or lose. Especially right now before the All-Star break, you're talking about that. This is going to be the theme for today and tomorrow. Not to get off too much of a tangent, but like some of these teams just are ready for vacation. Some of them already got their bags packed, especially the ones that have their last game tonight. Now these teams have to play back-to-backs the next two nights, kind of a little bit of story, but both of these teams are off for a very long time after tonight. And if I'm Houston, I may just be like, you know what, let's try to get healthy and get some wins in the second half, because it ain't happening tonight, and they're probably right. So if I'm playing, I'm laying, but at 10 points, probably not playing.
Gotcha. If it was at 6.5, Jordan, you'd have took the Nets there.
Yeah. Like I say, I saw a lot of lines bounce around this morning, and this was another one of them where I was kind of like, this is going to sky high if enough people jump on the Nets. And sure enough, I come back from the park with my kids, and it's moved up 2.5 points. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, like, if you got involved early, more power to you. Maybe that first half line still has some value if the Nets do come out and just dominate tonight. 5.5's not overwhelmingly too much here for the Nets to just come out and dominate Houston early on and then kind of rest in the second half. So that would be the line I'd probably go with now with where the line has gone. But yeah, if you got in early at 7, 6.5, something like that, so 8, even 8 probably, you're still probably feeling really good right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I could see that. Junior, what you think about this game? Like, your boys, Junior got a bet on the Nets are his guys. Junior, what you doing tonight? Smack City in H-Town?
Yeah, Blackjack. Listen, I know people are asking where that, but he better have my money when the Nets are in the finals. But now, yeah, I'm taking the Nets. I got them at -9. I missed the sale. I'm pissed about that, but I got them at -9. I don't think there needs. I'm probably going to go off. Listen, that Rockets Grizzlies game disgusted me. The Rockets just cashing checks. Hopefully the Nets can cash me a ticket.
Got you. One thing, I can't tell you this game, man. I'm not betting this game. If I was, and I think the spread is definitely getting out of hand. I was wondering what this spread was going to be. This is definitely enough room, guys, for the Nets to win this game and the Rockets to cover. If I was to be taking this game, I would be looking at the Rockets. I'm taking a long, hard look at it. I probably won't be betting this game. If I did, it would be the Rockets plus the 10. Might see if we get up to 11 or something. This is a boatload of points to give a team that's playing their freaking Super Bowl, like literally. And I can't say in the last game they actually did show some fight. John Wall, he didn't have to play in that back-to-back. He was actually kind of really a little pissed off after losing by 49 points. He didn't have to play in that back-to-back. He chose to with Oladipo. They actually played a good game versus the Cavs. They just couldn't get it done. They didn't have any bigs to go up against Jared Allen. Obviously, he had a field day. But they have a bunch of injuries here that'll tell you another thing here about Houston if they're really coming to play. Eric Gordon's a little banged up. Daniel House Jr., he really is banged up. Like, he had a knee injury. So if he doesn't go, that's not some telling. But I know Nwaba and Karooks, I really want to see Karooks because he just came from the Nets. You need all that revenge in this game, man. But Jeff Green and Lewu Caro won't be playing this game. Thing that scared me last game versus the Nets, they let the Spurs go on that 10-0 run at the end of the game. They really couldn't push away from them. They seem to kind of sort of be run out of gas right before the All-Star break, guys. So I can't tell you. I think that the Nets will win this game, but not by the double digits. This could be some fishy shit going on in this game, all type of stuff. Just one last thing. Maybe James Harden come back to his city. Hey, guys, you know what I'm saying? I know. I'm sorry, man. I left, y'all just put your money on Rockets plus 10 tonight. I'll make sure y'all cover it. And then that's going to be my farewell to you boys, man. But we get to the next game. My God, yeah, it would be Rockets or nothing for me. I'm not going with the whole world thinking Nets 20-point easy double-digit blowout. I think if there's any game Rockets going to show up, it could be tonight. Wouldn't be surprised to see Rockets win this game, my guys. Let's get to the next game. We got the Bulls versus Pelicanos. Fly, Pelican, fly. The Bulls already beat them earlier this year, my guys. They did. So it's a revenge spot for the Pelicans. The line opened up at 4.5. It's up to 5.5 now, Junior. What you think about the Pelicanos tonight?
I'm on the Bulls plus 5.5. Bulls are one of the best ATS teams. That's not going to change anytime soon. Yeah, I'm on the Bulls.
Got you. What's up, Jordan? What you think about this game? Got any total? Any first half total or something? What you thinking here, Jordan?
I was gonna go bet the under, and that's where I would lean on this one. But I'm actually kind of more. And Junior being on the Bulls is kind of even more talking me into taking the points tonight with them, simply for the reason that. And once again, I'm going against what I just said, so I'm being a little contradictory here with fading the steam. But now that we're at a 2-possession game here. And with the way the Pelicans, I mean, like I take off 2 months, and before I was out, the Pelicans were playing great defense, and we kept talking about how Stan Van was slowing their pace down and getting them to play defense. And I had 2 months later, I come back and they're right to the same old Pelicanos, giving up 118 points per game, especially over their last 5. Their defense has just been atrocious, and this Bulls team is kind of sneaky in that regard. They're not a bad road team whatsoever. Coming off 2 straight losses at home, they're going to want to kind of go into the All-Star break with a little bit of a high note here. I still think the Bulls are kind of thinking playoffs this year, because getting some of their guys back here in the second half in that muddled Eastern Conference there in the last 4 or 5 spots there. I think they could cover this game. I think the Pelicans defense gives them the ability to kind of hang around in this game. I have this at a 2-point ball game. So yeah, 5.5, 6 definitely went the wrong way. So that's the only reason I haven't jumped on it now. But it's one of those things that if it gets any higher, if I see a 6.5 on, I'm gonna fire away because it's just too many points to give this Bulls team that has the ability to knock down 3-pointers. Pelicans don't have anybody that can stop Zach LaVine, in my opinion. So it really just boils down to who's gonna knock down more shots here. So I'm hoping the Bulls can kind of just keep this close and maybe even jump out to an early lead and then kind of eventually maybe even seed it, but it'll only be a 1-possession game at the end of this one here. So lean Bulls, haven't got there yet, but it's definitely one of my stronger leans of the day.
Got you. What we liking here today, Junior? You got a spot in this Bulls versus Bulls. Oh, you already said it. You already said it, my guy. Sorry. So Jordan, and the Bulls are off a couple losses in a row as well, my guy. So hey, if you guys like the Bulls, this could be a nice little spot to take the Bulls plus the points versus the Pelicanos. We got the Thunder versus Mavs next, my guys. Thunder versus Mavs line open up at -8 for the Mavs, down to 5. Interesting to see if Luka playing this game. He is questionable. It'll be interesting to see if OKC can keep it going. They've been road warriors as far as in the underdog role. Junior, what you think about this spot?
Keep it short. Keep freezing. No matter what house I keep freezing, I'm about to take this laptop and kick it out the goddamn window. So no play on this game. It's a pass.
Jordan, what you think about this? Okay, this Thunder versus Mavs spot.
It would not be my return to the show over almost 2 months if I didn't have money on Oklahoma City tonight. In my pocket, plus 6.5. It's down to 5. I'm going to be surprised if Luka plays tonight. The way this team has been playing, they definitely have not lived up to expectations so far throughout the first half. Obviously, that can change. We got a lot of basketball left in this season. But in a game where I think Dallas believes they can win this without Luka, which I don't know if they can, but they probably believe they can. And I mean, I'm not disagreeing that they won, but there's a reason this line has been going down. And it's because that if Luka does get ruled out, this is going to be damn near a pick 'em before it's all said and done, because he's worth that many points. And the Thunder, like Jay just mentioned, have been playing extremely good defense on the road this season. It's their last game before the All-Star break. They're probably not a team that's going to be able to make up enough ground in the second half to get the playoffs in the Western Conference, even if they win this game. But if Luka gets ruled out, this team is going to gun for a win tonight. And right now, with the way the line's going, I think that most people are probably under the assumption that Luka will not play tonight. But I still think that they can cover this number even if he does play, simply because they have the defense. It's just a question if they can hit enough shots. Mavs defense has not been playing as well lately. They're another team that kind of started off the season before I left on leave, and then have come back and have not been playing that great a defense since over the last month to 6 weeks. But either way, I think the Thunder just not just because of just being on the road here with them playing better on the road, but if Luka plays, they're the better team, to be honest. Like I think Dallas would be a lottery team in the Western Conference if they did not have Luka Doncic. That he means that much to this team. That's no disrespect to a lot of their players because they have a lot of good players on that team, a lot of good role players, but he's the star. And Porzingis has not been kind of the same player so far this season, so I can't really lump him into that category. But if it's just him and everybody else on Dallas tonight, I'm feeling really good about taking the points with OKC. I also have a little bit on the under here at 223.5. It's at 223, so we're going to make both those official for the show today. Like the points a little bit better with the Thunder where I got them, but now I think they're both probably pretty good bets. So if you don't want to jump on the Thunder tonight, I do think the under has some value here too, because once again, if Luka gets ruled out, you're going to see this. You're going to see this plummet by at least 3 to 4 points, if not more. We're probably getting the two in the teens here later. So yeah, I got Mavs got Thunder plus 6.5. Their official line's at 5, so I'll use that for the official show play, and 223 for the under on that one.
Exactly. Lovely breakdown, my guy. And my guy rolling with OKC and the Thunder there and the under there. So Thunder and under. And this definitely could be an under spot, especially that Luka. You'll be missing a lot of offense. They have a lot of bodies out there, guys, but they Thunder play really good defense. And I just really feel so good right now, guys. I mean, it's not that I feel good. It's just that's why I hadn't made a fucking play, guys. It's been a while before I make a play early in the day. Sabonis listed questionable. I'm so glad I haven't taken the Pacers. Didn't I just say that? I just said it beginning of the show. I'm just saying. Y'all can take shit if you want. I'm just saying, guys. I'm waiting. That's just what I'm doing. Nick, we got 2 games up. We got Warriors versus Blazers. Late night game, my guys. This is a damn good game, man. True toss, in my opinion, could go either way. These two teams have faced twice already this season. In Golden State, Blazers smacked the mess out of them the first game. Then the Warriors came and got some revenge the next spot. What you think? Who wins tonight, Junior? Steph Curry or Dame? It's always a showdown. Can't wait to watch this game.
Kind of like the Warriors here. The points are right. And I think that now that they're full strength, they're just a better team. So I lean Warriors, but it's not official play.
Got you. Jordan, what you think about this one, my guy? What we doing here? Chef Curry or is it going to be Dame time tonight?
Bro, yeah, don't look now, but the Warriors have been playing defense lately, and if that continues, the sky's the limit for this team, because we knew before the season started that was basically going to be their Achilles heel if they could stop anybody, and they've had the 3rd best defensive rating over the last 5 games. They've been playing a really fast pace during that too, so I got to lean Warriors with my guy Junior here. No official one on this one either too, because it's hard for me to fade any team, any home underdog like that, where it's just a couple points here, because it could just come down to like a final shot like that and you get screwed over. So if you are laying, I would probably just maybe go with the money line on the Warriors, maybe buy the extra 20 cents or so that you need to get that money line. I don't know what it's at exactly, but at 2-point spread, it can't be much higher than minus 110. So that would be my lean on this one here, just because of how the Warriors would play defense. Portland's still banged up. It's the Dame show. They're going to be trapping him all night. Trying to force it out of his hands and give it to make sure, hopefully, like Melo against Melo the other night, the Melo on Melo action we had the other night, where Carmelo was basically could not miss and didn't hit the rim on any of his shots. Basically, they were all swishes. So if they can prevent that from happening, I think the Warriors win this one, but probably not one I'm going to get involved in tonight.
Guys, every single game is off the board right now, except for the Hornets and Timberwolves, and then the Bulls versus Pelicans. So you guys see going on in every single game. It's a circus these past 2 games, guys. Are likely keeping money in our pocket, man. This always go. So I can't tell you, the Warriors coming off Smack City, you definitely want to think them, so when you want to look towards them in this game, they were down, 30 at the half versus the Lakers. So with a couple of days off brewing after that, I mean, the Blazers have been on the downslide. They even struggled versus the Hornets in their first half there, even though they came back and smacked them up in the second half. I would be leaning towards the Warriors here. What you see? Kelly Oubre. Yeah, I already know that. Yeah. Kelly Oubre for the Warriors listed as questionable. Yeah. So it's just have fun, guys. Last game up, my guys. We got the Lakers versus the Kings. Lakers versus Kings, man. No LeBron. I guess he worth about 10 points over there. They was laying 4. This got up to 5 for the Kings. Or I didn't know maybe it's warranted. Maybe the Kings could come out here and smack them. Lakers still got ball. I don't know. I'm probably never laying points with the Kings. Even if they smack them by 20, guys, there's just something I don't feel comfortable with before the game. In theory, it's their spot to get over on the Lakers, right, Jordan? What you think?
Yeah, but I mean, you have to bet on them playing defense, and that's one of the things if I've learned one thing over this season, it's just don't bet unders on the Sacramento Kings, because they've burned me so much this year when I think I'm in a good spot and then they just give up 130 points. So I mean, LeBron may be out. They could still give up 130 points to the Lakers. Taylor Horton-Tucker's going to go nuts on them tonight. They probably can't even stop him. So I mean, in theory, the Sacramento Kings should win this game pretty easily, right? But it's never works out that way, especially on the last day before the All-Star break. So I'm not touching this game at all, especially the total, just because even with the total looking like a nice under spot with LeBron not playing, you have to trust. I would have to be trusting Sacramento to just absolutely at least try to stay in front of somebody tonight, which they won't do. So I'm staying away. Definitely not even a game I'm going to even give out a lean on tonight.
Gotcha. Yeah, and in theory, to me, the Kings will lose this game even without LeBron. Then they fire Luke Walton ass after the game. Junior, what you think about this game, my guy?
What I think is that this game belongs in a toilet bowl, so pass.